Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back, students. So we were done with that chapter. Now the next chapter that we are taking is friction, that is chapter 14, and it's on page 174. So here it is. Consider a block of wood placed on a wooden table such that the weight of the block acting vertically downward is equal to the reaction of the table acting vertically upward as shown in figure. It's 14.1, not 10.1. Just do the correction. So it's being said that just consider a table. Here it is a table, just like a table. Okay. So there is a block of wood. Okay, whose weight is acting vertically downwards, because we know that weight obviously goes downwards. Okay, and that is equal to the reaction of the table. The table who's acting vertically upwards. Okay, now if this block is attached to a spring balance, is pulled towards the right gently, now what is going to happen? Suppose that we are just attaching a spring balance to it and we are just trying to pull it to the right. Okay, just gently first. We are observing that the block initially it's not moving. Okay, however, when the force applied, firstly the force applied was very gentle. Now when the force is applied a bit more, a stage will come when the block will start sliding or moving. Okay, so now the question is like, why does the block does not move with a gentle force, and when the force is more, that block is moving? The answer to this question is that an equal and opposite force is applied on the surface of the table. This force which resists the motion is called the force of friction. That means when the force was gentle, that was equal and opposite to the force, so that was cancelling out that, so that was not moving, that was resisting the motion. Okay, so that force is force of friction. But when the force applied is more, that means that is more than the opposite force, then this block will start moving. Now the definition of friction is here. It's an opposing force called into play when two surfaces in contact with each other try to move relative to each other, is called friction. That means it is an opposing force that is always acts opposite when there are two surfaces and they are in contact with each other and they are trying to move relative to each other. Okay, so that force will be this friction. Now what is the reason for this friction? What caused this friction? However smooth the two surfaces may be, on observing them in a macroscope, you will see that they have irregularities on the surface. That means if we are seeing that some surface is very smooth, okay, but when we will observe that into a macroscope, we will find that that is not so smooth. That will definitely have some irregularities, maybe a very less, but there will be present there. Okay, so see, this is surface B. This is the surface B and this is the surface A, and see here it is smooth, right? But these are the irregularities that are present on the surfaces. It means that at some points the irregularities will be more and some it will be less. That means the surface will be raised at some point and that will be depressed at other points. Thus when two bodies are placed upon each other, the irregularities of the surface of two bodies interlock. Okay, just like this is interlocking, right? So when a force is applied on one body to slide it upon the other body, its interlocked irregularities oppose the applied force. That means when we are applying a force on a body so that it is sliding over the other body, the irregularities, they are opposing the applied force, okay, which appears to us in the form of friction. That means that is resisting that other body to just move or slide. So it is for the same reason that a sufficient amount of force has to be applied. That force should be more than that. If that is equal to that body or that thing, that will not move, right? So sliding upper. Okay, thus to sum up, more the irregularities on the regularities. If the irregularities are more, that means we need more force. Okay, so that means the force of friction will be more, and the rougher will be the surfaces in contact to that. So students, just keep it like just okay. That's all for today, I think.